All right, let's go to the specific case in Maine. Here's a poster that was promoting a drag queen stripper at a high school. Tell us a little bit about this. I'm going to play some video in the background. You don't have to respond to it, but just for background, they can
Sure.
see actually what happened there. You wrote a Substack piece on this, but well, I don't know. You start. Go ahead. Tell us what's going on.
So I think one thing to remember is that in Maine, 2/3 of our students, or K through 12 students, cannot read at proficiency levels. 2/3 of the kids
Yeah,
can't
yep.
read, Mike, right?
Yep.
And 3/4 of the kids can't do math at proficiency. And we've had the worst academic assessment scores in the history of our state, when our tax burden and the cost per pupil is around $20,000 a year before you get into benefits, right?
Yeah, we have to bring that up all the time, that
Yeah.
achievement is suffering because of all this lack of focus. All right,
Right.
got it.
So I learned about this situation going on in May. I sent a Freedom of Access Act and found out that Bangor High School is the town right next to me. Bangor has about 33,000 people in it. For Maine, it's a city, but it's pretty small in all things considered. And they paid this guy, Dominic Varney, who actually works for the University of Maine, $1,000. His name is Priscilla Poppycox, Mike.
Poppy
Poppy
what?
Right? Poppy Cox. You know, that's his stage name, Priscilla
And
Poppy.
they paid him $1,000.
Paid him $1,000. They got a grant from Nellie Mae, which is a far left radical organization. Then they ended up paying this guy $1,000 to come in for an hour and a half and talk about growing up gay in Maine and about his theater career and those kind of things. And the high school teacher, Emily Throckmorton, who put this thing together, she said in an email to Dominic Varney, I just know you are a role model for these kids. And so, Mike, you know, you've got an English
Wait a
teacher.
minute. Hold on. A role model?
Yeah, a role model. So, you know, I have a public education, so I looked up role model, right? It's a noun, a person whose behavior, example, or success can be emulated by others, especially younger people. So you've got an English teacher, Emily Throckmorton in Bangor, who says to this guy, Priscilla Poppycox, come on in and talk to our students because you are a role model. Meanwhile, again,
Look at this post from him.
Yeah, it's all sexual innuendo. It's disgusting. And so
that's more than innuendo, Sean.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's explicit content.
It's absolutely gross. And so the local Bangor Daily News, which is like, you know, the communist paper of Maine, said that there was no taxpayer funds spent on this event because they received this grant. Well, the school was open. They were paying these teachers payroll. The lights were on. There was definitely taxpayer money funding this event. And it was an invite only event. They were actually inviting specific students. And my belief is that parents were not aware at all that this was going on.
And to your earlier point about failing achievement in schools, students who attended this event with this sick person were excused from class for an hour and a half.
That's true, right? So yeah, the basis of the basics of education.
This isn't like an after school thing or something in the evening. Instead of learning, they were allowed to attend this sexually explicit event with this.
And it was also catered. They had catered food there, Mike. It was like they were grooming these kids and pulling them into this event. I mean, if I was in high school, I'd be like, hey, wait, I don't have to go to English class for an hour and a half. I'll go hear this mentally incompetent person with mental health issues speak for an hour and a half and eat food. You know, yeah, it's catered. It was catered. The whole thing is just a joke.